Good morning, folks, and welcome back to When the Dust Settles. My name is Pico Conway, and today I want to talk about the U.S. elections. I'm talking about it on Friday, November 8th, not on Tuesday, November 5th, or on Wednesday, November 6th. The reason is many people were disappointed, and other people were jubilating. Kamala Harris lost the elections, so Republicans were jubilating. And Donald Trump won the elections after everything that had been said. People emotions were harsh, sorry. People were disappointed, people were jubilating. At that particular time, it was not the time for anybody like us who do YouTube videos to begin to jubilate or start doing post-election analysis, why she lost, why Trump won, and all that kind of thing. Whether Joe Biden just push Kamala Harris in the race, and all that kind of thing we're going to be saying. Those are arguments for another day. I was talking to one of my friends, one friend, to use the way my friends in America said. I was talking to my one friend before the elections, and they said, "Oh, man, Conway, you think who's going to win the elections?" I said, "I don't know. Anybody can win. And I said, I think I want Kamala Harris to win." I said, I want Kamala Harris to win. As a Republican, I want Kamala Harris to win because of all the reasons that Kamala Harris, propounded, of all the reasons that Chris Christie said, he didn't think that Donald Trump was going to be, should have been the president. All the felony charges and all what have you against him. But in the same breath, I told my friend that, look, two people are running to become president of the United States. One is Donald Trump, who is the Republican candidate, was president 2016 to 2020. And one is Kamala Harris, who is the current vice president of the United States. She been vice president from 2021 to this time. Both of them want what's best for America. But they want to do it through different approaches. Trump wants to make America better from his vantage point, from his own way in which he thinks America can be better. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, wants to make America better, or wanted to make America better from the way she thought she would have done it to make Americans' lives better. We as ordinary Americans, or Americans, I don't want to use ordinary Americans, and whatsoever the case, ordinary Americans, we are going to benefit from anybody that becomes president. Why emotionally you might be attached to Trump, or philosophically you might be attached to Trump, or for whatsoever political reason you're attached to Trump. Maybe you believe that he should deport illegal immigrants from the country. Maybe you believe that some of the things he has said, he said it, he didn't mean it. Whether you believe in Kamala Harris's dream for America, that she's going to give money and she's going to build houses to improve the lives of low. Whatsoever your political alignment is, whatsoever your reasons for voting for Trump or Kamala Harris is, those both of them want what is best for America. I was listening to Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, and he said on Twitter that They were talking about Trump's elections, and it's just an open secret that Macron is not. I'm not saying a fan of Trump, but I think Macron is somebody who wants to see Europe takes its own destiny in its own hand, and especially when it comes to NATO and NATO's over reliance on America. And he said it very clearly that look, Trump win American elections to defend the interests of Americans. So he was saying that Europe, on the other hand, that is made up of almost 700 million people, should start to decide for itself what it wants to do. Does Europe want to continue to rely on America? That is an argument that a point I will make in another video. But let's look at Kamala Harris's loss. What will you say is what are the reasons for her loss? We can go back and say whatsoever we want to say. I just want to put it this way. America is not ready for a woman to become president of this country. America is not just ready for a woman to be president of this country. And the Democrats, I don't know. The Democrats are now going to sit down and decide. We have tried two women, qualified, very highly qualified women, that against this same gentleman. So you got to look at it, right? I'm a registered Republican. But I didn't vote Trump because the person I supported in the primary, Republican primary, said Trump was not the right person. Chris Christie. And many Republicans say he was not the right person to lead this country because of all that he did. So I voted for Kamala Harris. But Democrats got to start thinking now that, do we still want to present a female candidate to the American people as somebody who would think the American people will elect to this office? Hilary Clinton was highly qualified. First Lady, Secretary of State, Senator, and what have you. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, DA, Senator of America's most popular state, Vice President, and then presidential candidate. Against a guy who has all these negatives. These two women were sadly defeated. Sadly defeated by this guy, Trump. And Trump is going to be our president in 2025, January 20th, beat Trump. But this is what people who supported Trump know now. Kamala, let's start with Hilary Clinton. Hillary Clinton lost the election. Gracefully conceded to Trump. Why it was painful? She followed the footsteps of many past candidates. I talk about Mitt Romney. I talk about John McCain. I talk about Carter. And you go back and see how those guys, protect one of the fundamental value of this country. Democracy. Peaceful transfer of power from one administration to another. I don't want to go back to litigate the what happened 2021 at the Capitol. No, but people who supported Trump, they have seen how bad Kamala Harris, her concession speech, she conceded to Trump. They are in complaints. If not the same people that had the elections that he lost in 2020, these are the same people that have this election, or mostly the same people that have this election that he won in 2024. The same people that had the election that he won in 2016. But in 2020, he disputed the elections. Oh, it was not free and fair. It was that this, it was that, it was that. And don't forget to know, Trump said if he lost the election, there was going to be bloodbath. There were going to be bloodbath. I'm from a country, I always said it in my video. In my videos, that I'm from a country where we fought civil war for almost 15 years, from Liberia in West Africa. We know what war is. Liberians and many other people from around the world know what war is. War is just straight up bad for everybody. You support it, you get affected by the war. You don't support it, you get affected by the war. They have the people who are millionaires, billionaires, all lost everything. Yeah. So those who are talking about bringing war, or they're going to be bloodbath, and they don't know what war is. One of my little brothers used to tell me, he said, big brother, let me tell you one thing, if you see people, you see these guys, oh yeah, talking about war, they want to fight war, they are not going, they are not going to war. He said, if you go to war and you come back alive, unscathed, that is physically, because emotionally you will still be hurt. He said, if you come back, you will not want to go back and fight war. But you have to go back because you're military, you're a fighter. You have to go back constitutionally, or whatsoever you part of the armed groups, or whatsoever part you are for. You have to go back, but you would not want to go back voluntarily on the front line to go for war, because war is destruction. But let me just tell you, I went to Kamala Harris. Most of the pictures you see, these pictures or the videos you see, what the Kamala Harris campaign, this rally or events in Philadelphia. Not because I'm a Democrat, but because I saw YouTube. I want to go there and get some photos and videos and other things to support, to embed in my YouTube presentation. This video is going to be long. It's going to be for 30 minutes. So I know most of you guys, you just flip through stuff and go. And I'm not going to even tell you to subscribe to my channel. You want to subscribe to my channel, you subscribe. You don't want to subscribe to my channel, it's up to you. But I just want people not to be so consumed, make yourself emotionally drained, because you're supporting Trump, or you're supporting Harris, you're supporting Democrats, you're supporting Republicans. You should be like you are at the middle of everything that's happening. You might have supported this candidate. But if the candidate who you didn't support wins, know that he's for you, for the country. Like the race between Bob Casey and Dave McCormick in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania. Close, but I think the AP just called a race for McCormick. 30,000 votes, the difference between 10,000 votes were the difference between the two men. My point here is you can see how the country is divided. Anybody that comes will have to be a central candidate for states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. Because those states, you will not win an election when you want to be a highliner. But I look at people who, let's look at some of the issues that were happening. In Michigan, people were saying the Muslim community, Islamic community, were saying they're not going to support Hilary Kamala Harris because of the war in Gaza. Everybody wants the war in Gaza to end. But if you think that it's Donald Trump that going to stop supporting Israel so that the war will end between Hamas and Israel, or between Hezbollah and Israel, or the tension between Iran and Israel, is that Donald Trump going to stop it, then maybe I'm seeing something different. The point I'm trying to make here is the Democrats have been the party that have been trying to stop this war. Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israelis are thinking they're fighting for their own independence, their own sovereignty, their own whatsoever. It agreed that America is supporting them, but this current government are being hard on the Israeli government. So now that Michigan, I don't say that the Muslims and the Arabs and whosoever in that place who have been saying that they're not going to vote for Kamala Harris, Harris because of the war in Gaza. I'm not saying they did what, but now Trump won Michigan, Trump won Wisconsin, he won Pennsylvania. I hope that Trump ends the war there. We want the war to end. Nobody wants war. But there's a conflict that has been going on when Trump was in power. Now Trump is there. Trump is not going to even listen to them to say, okay, Trump is going to do what he's going to do. I want to Kamala Harris rally in Philly, and I was thinking to myself, right, because there were almost 30,000 plus people at a rally. I was not able to get in because you have to have a ticket and all that kind of thing. But I was not there because I'm a Democrat. I was there because I wanted to get these videos and other stuff to use to explain my own take about these elections. I'm talking about this so that people don't get so emotional, people don't get so depressed. The mental health is affected because they're looking at poll numbers, they're looking at the good things, about only the good things, and they say all the bad things about the other person. Yes, that's politics. But I just think that we should not get ourselves so tied up in these things. And that's what makes America a great country. The elections were over, all the results were announced, and people were going about their own business. The Hilary Clinton, Kamala Harris, lost, and Trump won. Trump is going to be the next president. Oh, I'm feeling so sad. And most people, that was it. For most people, that was it. Because I always describe America as an ocean liner. Ocean liner doesn't just turn around like a speedboat. It takes time to turn around. And the check and balance in the system is so strong that, the whole thing doesn't center around one man, And the problems America are big problems. I know Donald Trump is skilled in making people to believe that these big problems can be solved easily. Going to bring inflation down. Although inflation is already coming down. Going to end the war between Ukraine and Russia. Going to deport 11 million immigrants, illegal immigrants. These problems have been there for years. If they were that simple, they would have been solved. They would have been solved. Long time. But the American people bought his argument. They bought his argument that he's the one that can solve all these problems. You know, people are saying that Kamala Harris focused too much on the abortion issue. And she was not explaining, what she was going to do for the country more. Her advertisement, political advertisement, were more like abortion, but she was not delineating or telling the American people what she has done, or she and Joe Biden has done in the past 4 years. And I can see that argument too, that the Democrats didn't tell us for the past 4 years what they were doing. Maybe student loan forgiveness, maybe the infrastructure bill, and all those things they were doing. They didn't really tell us what they were doing, but they were focused on abortion. They didn't tell us what they were doing to decrease the amount of illegal immigrants that are coming in this country. They didn't tell us the bill that was proposed. These are the things that's why some people are saying she would have said these things from the start to the finish. My point here is America is not ready for a female president. And you will say, now, the vote of Hilary Clinton in 2016, qualified woman, they lost. The poor Joe Biden, when Joe Biden was 70-something years old, the poor Joe Biden won against Trump. The poor Harris there, they lost. As a Republican, I don't want to be consumed in who's going to win elections, looking at poll numbers. And when the elections results were not announced, or as we're looking at it on TV, those are my friends who said who were jubilating that Trump was about Trump's winning. Went to work like me the next day. We all were in the same situation we're in before the election results were announced. And we are still in the same situation we're in, or the same condition or position we're in when the election results were announced. And Joe Biden makes a point, peaceful transfer of power. You see, the temperature in the country is so known. See what happened in 2020. And then 2021. See what happened. People go into the Capitol building for whatsoever reason. The tension in this country was so high. But look, nobody knows even whether they're going to be a peaceful transfer. They're going to be a transfer of power, because this is what we have been doing in this country for years. I'm saying we because I began, as I always say, I became a U.S. citizen 9 years ago. Came from Liberia in West Africa. Became a U.S. citizen 9 years ago, 2015. Working very hard. So somebody from another country working very hard to contribute positively to the economic upliftment of this country. So Kamala Harris did nothing wrong. America is not just ready for a woman president. And not just a woman president, but a black woman president. This is a very decent country, man. America is, the people here are decent people. People here are decent people. You have few people who don't like black people, or even some black people who don't like immigrants, or white people who don't like people from somewhere. But majority of American people are very good people. Some of us from foreign countries, we complain about people being racist and other things. But in our own countries, we have laws on the books that don't even allow other people to become, people who are white people to become citizens in our country. Folks, my name is Pico Conway, and you're watching When the Dust Settles on YouTube. Today, I'm talking about the U.S. elections that just ended on November 5th, 2024. And Trump not just won the elections, but he won it big. States like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, which they consider the blue wall, crumble again. I'm a Republican, my party won, but I didn't vote for Trump. But Trump is our president. If you look at it, and I'm basically talking about people who get themselves stressed out because of these elections. If you look at it, that the president who becomes president of the United States, the president is going to be for all Americans, like Macron, the president of France said, then you will not get yourself stressed out about this, who becomes president. Yeah, you can support a Republican because you're a Republican, but when the election is over and a Democrat wins, or your Democrat and Republican wins, look at you, you are in the middle, you are right there, you are America, that they are both saying they want to make better. And so when any of them wins, you are going to be the beneficiary. Only he's not going to do it the way your party say they're going to improve America. Let's look at tips. Some say there are going to be no tips. There's going to be taxes on tips. There are going to be no taxes on overtime. So if you work overtime, now Trump has won, you're going to see whether that is going to be the case. If Harris had won, all those things she said you're going to do it for Americans. So let us not stress ourselves out. Let us all work together to support this country. Look at it this way. 2000, Republican won. George Bush stayed 8 years. 2008, Obama won. Obama stayed 8 years. 2016, Trump won. He still stayed 4 years. 2020, Biden won. He stayed 4 years. So if you're a Republican, know that certain time you were so disappointed that a Republican or Democrat won. And if you're a Democrat, you are so disappointed that Republican won. We don't have to kill ourselves because of these things. Let's support what we want, but when the elections are over, as it is right now, we all support our country. We all support our country. But Democrats have to go back, and not just Democrats, but Republicans too. I think it's going to take a very long time for a woman to become president of this country. Because religious figures, some Muslims, some Christians, don't think that women should lead. These are the factors that women are still fighting against in this country. So I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what anything is going to change. I know you might disagree with me, and I agree that you might disagree with me. That's the nature of a free society. But America is just not ready for a female president. It will happen, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. Because these women that the Democrats put forward are qualified women. But they all failed. They didn't just fail, but they failed big time to win against someone who everybody said was a bad candidate. Failed big time. So you should know that something more than just the policies and stuff. Kamala Harris could say everything she wanted to say, which of course she said everything. People are saying, she didn't do this, she needed to do that. Joe Biden pushed her, pushed her just to be there. He avoided the chaos that would have happened in the Democratic Party. The Democrats said they wanted him out, and he went out. But at the end of the day, Kamala Harris lost the elections. Folks, my name is Pico Conway. Don't stress yourself over politics. Unless you go into personally benefit from what's happening, don't stress yourself. All the policies that Trump wants to make, he wants to make it to improve the lives of Americans, to defend Americans' interests. Macron said it on. So if Kamala Harris has won, she wants to defend Americans' interests. That's it. So don't stress yourself. Anybody win, you are just, you are going to be the beneficiary. Only you're going to benefit from that through the way they approach that the other candidate who you didn't support wants to do it. Folks, my name is Pico Conway. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you next week Friday. Bye for now. I will talk to you when I talk to you.